My name is Professor M.V. Malkanavar, Department of Physics, Government First Grade, Women's College, Jamkandi. Now, I am engaging BSc third sem class, first, the second chapter, cardinal points. In cardinal points, I am going to engage session 10 and 11. That is expression for equivalent focal length of two thin lenses separated by a distance. You know what is meant by equivalent lens. A single lens which produces the same effect as the combination of lenses is called equivalent lens. Focal length of equivalent lens is called equivalent focal length. Now we have to derive the expression for equivalent focal length. As shown in the diagram, consider two lenses of focal lengths f1 and f2 separated by a distance d. Focal length of first lens L1 is f1. Focal length of second lens L2 is f2. They are separated by a distance d. A ray PQ incident parallel to the principal axis on the first lens at a height h1 refracted along QR. If there is no second lens, then that ray meets the principal axis at f1. Therefore, f1 is the principal focus of the first lens. That is also indicates focal point of lens L1, which is denoted by f1. Because of the presence of the second lens, it incidents the second lens at a height h2. Then finally it emerges along RF. F is the focal point due to the combination of lenses. That is, if you produce the incident ray PQ forward and emergent ray RF backward, they meet at S. Draw perpendicular from S to the principal axis, that is ST. The dotted line in the diagram ST indicates the position of equivalent lens. If you place a single lens at the position of dotted line, that single lens produces the same effect as the combination of lenses. In the diagram, T indicates position of equivalent lens, F indicates focal point of equivalent lens. Therefore, TF is the focal length of equivalent lens. Now, the ray incident PQ parallel to the principal axis, instead of going straight, what happens? It is deviated through an angle delta 1. It is deviated through an angle delta 1 as shown in the diagram. Then the deviated ray QR incident on the second lens at a height h2. Then again it undergoes refraction. Therefore, it is deviated through an angle delta 2 and finally emerges along RF. Delta 1 deviation produced due to refraction through the first lens, delta 2 deviation produced due to refraction through the second lens. If we add delta 1 and delta 2, then we get the total deviation produced by the lens combination, that is delta equals to delta 1 plus delta 2. In the diagram, delta is shown. Observe here, PQ if you produce forward and emergent ray RF you produce backward, they meet at S. The angle between PQ and RF, that is delta, that is total deviation produced by the combination. In the diagram, this is also delta 1, this is also delta 1. This is delta, this is delta. Now delta 1, consider the triangle AQF1. AQF1, tan delta 1 equals to QA by AF1. QA by AF1. QA is nothing but H1. AF1 is nothing but focal length of first lens, that is F1. Therefore tan delta 1 equal to H1 by F1. But delta 1 is very small, therefore tan delta 1 can be taken as delta 1. Therefore delta 1 equal to H1 by F1. Similarly, delta 2 equal to H2 by F2. In the diagram, STF, in the triangle STF, tan delta equal to ST by TF. ST is nothing but H1, TF is nothing but focal length of equivalent lens small f. Therefore tan delta equal to ST by TF equals to tan delta 1 equals to H1 by F. Their delta is very small, therefore delta can be written as H by F. Observe here, a ray of light PQ parallel to the common axis incident on the lens at a height H1. After refraction, it cuts the principal axis in the absence of second lens at F1. But because of the second lens, it incident on the second lens at a height H2, and finally it meets the principal axis at F. Thus F is the principal focus of the combination. The deviation produced by the first lens, delta 1. Already I told you, tan delta 1 QA by AF1. Delta 1 is very small, therefore tan delta 1 is nearly equal to delta 1. Therefore delta 1 equals to H1 by F1. Similarly, the deviation produced by second lens, delta 2 equals to H2 by F2. Already told you, incident ray produce forward, emergent ray produce backward, they meet at S. Then ST is the position of equivalent lens. A single lens kept at the point T on the axis produces the same deviation as the two constituent lenses together produce, provided the focal length TF equal to F. The deviation produced by the equivalent lens delta equal to H1 by F. But delta equals to delta 1 plus delta 2, H1 by F1 equals to H1 by F1 plus H2 by F2. Consider the similar triangles. Consider the similar triangles QAF1, RBF1. QA by F1, QA by AF1 equal to RB by BF1. That is H1 by F1 equals to H2 by BF1. QA by AF1 equals to RB by BF1. QA equal to H1, AF1 equal to F, RB equal to H2, BF1 equals to F1 minus D. Therefore H2 equals to H1 into F1 minus D divided by F1. Substituting this value of H2 in the above equation, that is H1 by F1 equals to H1 by F equals to H1 by F1 plus, in place of H2 if you substitute H1 into F1 minus D divided by F2 F1, write F2 as it is. In the previous equation, substitute the value of H2, you get this equation. Now, in all the terms H1 is common, drop H1 from both sides. We get 1 by F equals to 1 by F1 plus F1 minus D by F1 F2. Now you take F1 F2 separately for the two terms. We get 1 by F2 minus D by F1 F2. Finally, 1 by f equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 minus d by f1 f2. F1 f2 if you take LCM, finally we get f1 plus f2 minus d by f1 f2. After taking the reciprocal, f equal to f1 f2 divided by f1 plus f2 minus d. F equals to minus f1 f2 by delta, where delta equals to d minus f1 plus f2. Denominator f1 plus f2 minus d is there. Take negative sign outside, what you get? D minus into bracket f1 plus f2. That delta is known as optical separation or optical interval between two lenses. If the two lenses are kept in contact, then small d equal to 0. Finally, we get equivalent focal length f equal to f1 f2 divided by f1 plus f2. If they are separated by a certain distance d, then equivalent focal length f equal to f1 f2 divided by f1 plus f2 minus d. Thank you.